Hello, everyone. It's Margaret here with 60 and Me. I was listening to someone on Instagram talking the other day about a concept that just struck me as so interesting and real and maybe useful to us as older women. And that was this idea that time is the money of youth. They can spend time. They've got time. And we don't have that time anymore as we get older. And as you're younger, you've got this amazing currency that is, you can spend it on whatever you like, and sometimes those things don't matter, or they're frivolous, or they lead to what you might later consider a mistake. But there are things that you've got time to consider, times to experiment, and that is your currency. That's what you've got a lot of. You're really wealthy with time. Now, I mean, of course, anything can happen in our crazy lives, but this is kind of how I was, listening to her talk about it. And then the conversation was, we always believe when we're younger that there's more time, and as we get older, we realize that time isn't has limits, that it isn't endless, that we have lived a few decades, and we've gained a lot of wisdom and a lot of understanding and perspective, on life, but we don't have time anymore. We know that we've got X number, if we're very lucky, of years. And of course, there's always the illness and all the other things that can interject to even shorten that time more. So I think it's really super important that we understand as we get older, our currency is not money, is not time. We don't have that to spend. We have to spend our time, our currency, differently. And we have to invest it. And what do we invest it in? Well, we have to invest it in ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to look after our health, our sleep, our diet, our exercise, all the things. We look out for ourselves physically. We spend our time, we spend our money, our currency, our wisdom on that. And also we take care of our mental health. This is a time where depression, loneliness really can seep in, because we realize that realization that we don't have enough time to do all the things that we may have missed or that we wish we had done is, it's really hard. So time is the money for youth, but it becomes the art of wisdom as we get older. And I don't mean to be corny about it, like, we're so wise as we get older. That's not true at all. But we just know that every hour is precious. Every minute is precious. So who else do we invest our currency, our wisdom, and our experience in? Other people. We can mentor. I was in a shop today. I bought a necklace. I've got to show you this necklace. I'm holding it because it's so beautiful. I didn't want to put it on because it's not quite right for this outfit, but it's a choker, and it's pearls and rhinestones, I guess. But I was in a shop called Parfois, a beautiful shop actually, it's from Spain, but there's one here in Zurich. And I was talking to the girl. She said she bought this necklace herself, and she was very pretty and beautiful, young. And we started talking. And I told her that I was going to be 77 next week. And she said, "Oh my gosh, you don't look that." So, and I said, "No, I look that. I do look that age. Look, I just don't act that age." And that's the difference. But we had a great talk, and it was like what brought this conversation back about time being her currency. She's got lots of it. And, she's in her 20s and I don't. So how you spend it is really, really important. We also invest it in beautiful things, in doing things that make us feel happy and beautiful. And if it's makeup, if it's clothes, if it's, little treats from the charity shop, if it's just a $1 dinner, if that's all you can afford, maybe a candle on the table and a napkin. I know, and I'm going to talk about this in more detail, about this business of living like a millionaire on a retirement budget, because it's really important, I think, that we invest our time in beauty and also in experiences, not stuff anymore. Also that we invest in rest, energy. We conserve our energy. We know, what we have to spend, and we spend it wisely and on purpose. We invest in a purpose in our lives so that we get up in the morning and we know what we're doing here. We know why we're here. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It could just be that you are going to today go out and compliment someone, or you're going to do something that's really good for your community or your family or your friends. Make a call. Our wealth is no longer measured in plans or, travel plans certainly, but it's not in minutes. It's not in minutes or time. It's in our growth, our experience, our survival, and, and patience and love and a sense of, I don't know, that we've been somewhere, that we've done it, that we've learned a lot, we've earned our stripes. We don't count the minutes anymore. We count the experiences. We count the emotion and what we share and what we can give to others. Super important. I guess I've rambled a little bit here, and it's not even that deep and meaningful a conversation if you put it on pieces of paper and words, but I just think it's an important one for us to let sink into our hearts and to our minds, that our currency is not time anymore. We've got the currency of wisdom, investment in people, ourselves, and the way that we're going to spend these years that we have left on this beautiful planet. So tell me what you think about this idea, about the idea of what is our currency as we get older? What do we have to offer to the world? Let's talk. Let's share. And if you did like this little snippet of a video, would you please like it for me? Leave a comment below, because it's really helpful to then jolt our friends at YouTube to get it out to other people. We have 260,000 women who have pressed the button to subscribe to this channel. And because of the algorithm and the way that it works, I would say maximum 3,000 see it. I mean, and that's crazy. And the reason for that is because YouTube is now inundated with content. It has to sort things out and serve to people what they're looking for, and not just show everything to everyone. So unless you tell people that you like my videos, that you like what we're doing, and by leaving a comment or a like or a heart, then YouTube doesn't know, and then less people get to see the videos. So if you can help me with that, I'd really appreciate it. Also, we've got Instagram, we've got 60andMe Official is our name there, and then we've also got Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest. We're everywhere because you're everywhere, and that's what we want to share. Okay, so I hope this has been an inspirational conversation. It certainly energized me. I'm going to put my necklace on in a minute and go out and shine. That's my mission for the day. Hope that you do the same. Take good care, everybody. Sending you lots of love.